Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from class MB4801. Today we are going to explain the equation in economics, business, mathematics. Stay tuned.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jundi Valian Kautsar with student ID number 104012400261. Today I will explain explicitly about matrix multiplication. There are two things to know in matrix, which is rows and which is columns. Here I have some examples. We call the horizontal one 1 and 2 are rows. And 1 and 3 are columns. Do not get it switched, because this will affect on how you explain or how you do the matrix. There are one important key rule in matrix itself, and that is the number of columns in A must equal to the number of rows in B. I have some examples right here. I have 2 times 3 dimension in A, this one right here. I have 2 times 3 dimension in matrix A, multiplied by a 3 times 2 dimension in matrix B. Is it valid? Yes. Why? Because the key rules are the number of column, these are the column of A, is multiplied by the number of rows in B. A have 3 columns, B have 3 rows, then it is valid. So the number of rows, so to put it simple, rows in A is equal to columns in B. Vice versa, it is like that. Next, if it's not the same, then it is not valid. For example, you have 2 times 2 matrix is multiplied by 3 times 3 matrix. It is not valid. Why? Because the number of columns in A is not equals to the number of rows in B. Next, it is not commutative. What is commutative? Sometimes matrix A multiplied by matrix B is not equal as matrix B multiplied by matrix A. So you cannot switch it over expecting the same results. It will not be the same. Next, I will just hop onto the example. The example, let's say we have 2 matrices. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 in matrix A, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 in matrix B. To multiply it, we need to multiply the rows and the columns. What do you mean? The first element, we need to multiply the first row in column A is multiplied by the first column in matrix B. I'm sorry. So this is equals to 1, the first row, 1 times 5 added by 2 times 7. It's for the first element. For the second element, we need to multiply the first row of column A. It's the same 1 and 2, but this time with the second column of matrix B. This one right here. This one is 6 and 8. Voila. So it's 1 times 6. 1 times 6 added by 2 times 8. Just like that. And then we continue it. We continue it. The second row of matrix A is multiplied by the first column of matrix B. So it's 3 times 5. I'm sorry. So it's 3 times 5 added by 4 times 7. That's for the third element. And for the last element, it is 4 times 6. 4 times 6 added by 3 times 6 is added by 4 times 8. Just like that. From here, we continue to add and multiply all of them. 1 times 5 is equal to 5. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 plus 5 equals to? Correct, it's equal to 19. 19. 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 8 is 16. So 6 plus 16 is 22. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 7 is 28. So it's 15 plus 28. It equals to 43. And the last one, 3 times 6, 18. And 4 times 8 is 32. So 32 added by 18, it is 50. Remember fellas, in matrix multiplication, do not get switched or do not get confused by which one is rows and which one is column, because if you got switched, then you will get the wrong answer. And one more time, it is not commutative. What's not commutative? B times A times B is not the same as B times A. Okay, that's all maybe I can explain is met in this period, and that's all from me. I'm sorry for all of my mistakes that I made during the presentation. Thank you, stay tuned, and I will pass it next to my colleagues. Thank you and goodbye.
Hello everyone, my name is Liliana. So today I will explain about differential calculus mathematics. So, what is differential calculus? Differential calculus studies how a function changes when its input changes. In economics, it's used to analyze things like cost, revenue, profit, and marginal cost. So, if we have to understand about differential calculus, we have a for K concept to understand differential calculus. So, first, we have a defined derivative of function. Okay, this is an example. We have a function c. 2x is x squared plus 3x plus 2. This is a cost function. Then for find derivative, to lower 2x, so the function c for x is 2x plus 3x. To find marginal cost and marginal revenue, we have to find derivative. So now we have to find this derivative is 2x plus 3x. So to using marginal cost and marginal revenue, we have to using this derivative. So what is marginal cost? Marginal cost tell us the cost of producing one more units. And for marginal revenue or MC, it tells us how much extra revenue we earn from selling one more unit. And for the last, there is a profit information. This is a formula. If to find profit, this formula is revenue minus cost, and then P function to x is ML minus MC. This is an example. So a company has a revenue function R to F is 100x minus x squared, and the cost function is C to x is 20x plus 10. Find the root of it that maximize profit. So the first we have now is the function is R to x is 100x minus x squared, and for the cost factor is C to x is 20x plus 10. So the first we have to find a different function. As now is formula is profit function is P to x is R to x minus C to x. So its revenue is R to x is 100x minus x squared. And minus c2x is 20x plus 10. So we calculate equal to 100 is a minus 20 is 18x minus x squared minus 10. Here we have finally to find the derivative function is 18x minus x squared minus 10. So the next step is to find maximize. To find maximize, we have to substitute this derivative function like this. E to x is 0. So using this function to find this and maximize our minimum. So 80 minus, because 2 is close to x, so it is a function. Because this constant, so this is 0 and 0. So for find the x is 80 plus 2 and the answer is 40. Okay, to find derivative, we have to lower this function because everything is the value is constant. So 80 doesn't to be lowered. So for the answer is minus 2. And minus 2 is less than 0. So the answer is maximum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Davansi Angger Fabriano from the Faculty of Economics and Business. Here I will explain the basic matrix. A matrix is a collection of numbers or elements arranged in rows and columns, forming a rectangle or a box. Well, here are some types of matrix, namely rows, column matrix, square matrix, diagonal matrix. Here is a matrix operation. So the operation matrix only reduce column A and column B, for example like this. If A 1 1 and B 1 1. So A plus B, A11 plus B11, A21 plus B21, and 31 plus B31. Example, if A 1 2 3, if A 1 1 mean 3, 2 plus 4, 3 plus 7, 4 plus 8 mean 3 plus 7, 3 mean plus 8. So the result is mean 2, 6, 7, 12, 6, 4. Matrix After the operation matrix, namely the operation number matrix. So the operation number, how to calculate it is we need it first and multiply it after that it is and for example like this. If A B C D A A multiply D, B multiply C plus B, P multiply S, Q multiply R. So A multiply B, AP plus BR, CP plus BR, QR plus BS, CQ plus DS. Example A multiply B equals 1 1 multiply 5, 1 multiply 6, 3 multiply 1 multiply 5, 6 multiply 5, 2 multiply 6, 4 multiply 2 multiply 7, 4 multiply 7, 1 multiply 6, 3 multiply 6, 2 multiply 8, 4 multiply 8. So the result is 19, 14, 43, 22, 50. So after after the matrix number operation, there is also the determinant how to calculate it is the same as before. So we move the number of column to the determinant column and and after that multiply and subtract. For 3 times 3, actually we only move in the second column that is in front to the back. Example 2 mean example a determinant. So 2 multiply 3 multiply 1 and result 6 0 3 2 60 0 mean 4 result mean 26. And matrix adjoint the NOS method is quite long. For the determinant is equality the same, but this is a bit different because it has been broken down because there is a minor and the way to calculate it is easy. For example, minor 1 1. We close it for column 1 and row 1. So that's what we take. So the answer is the determinant in mirror and is multiply. So is multiply is the result multiply the result answer and is transpose. And transpose. And last here this is also subtraction. So subtraction here is very easy to understand. So is 2 mean 7, 4 mean 5, 3 mean minus mean 5, 5 mean 3, mean 5, 1 mean 1, 8, 2 is the answer subtraction. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Firda Nurbaitullah and I will explain about partial demand elasticity. For first, this is the first formula, partial own price elasticity. This is the formula. QX means quantity demand of good, and PX means price of good. So the Q per the QX per the PX, it's mean partial derivative of X with respect to the price of X. Next, cross elasticity of X to Y. This is the formula, and if nxy bigger than 0, it means substitutes goods. If nxy smaller than 0, it means complementary goods. Next is cross elasticity of Y to X. NYX do QY per do PX. So this is the formula. So we will explain about example of partial elasticity of demand. In this video, we will explain step by step through an example to learn how to calculate own price elasticity and cross elasticity. The demand function, we are given the two demand function. Q sub X equal AC minus 2P sub AC minus 2P sub X plus P sub Y. Q sub Y equals 100 minus P sub Y plus 0.5 sub X, where Q sub X is the quantity of good, X, Q sub Y is the quantity of good Y, P sub X is the price of X, and P sub Y is the price of Y. So we use the formula of N sub X equal the partial derivative of Q sub with respect to P sub times P sub X over Q sub X. We use this formula. The explanation is X key. So X sub key 80 equals 80 to PX plus PY so from X sub to equal 80 minus 2P sub X plus P sub Y, the derivative with respect to P sub X is -2. The next step is calculate the Q key. Equals 80 minus 20 plus 20 then the result is equals 80. So the next step is plug on the value and x negative negative 2 80 to and sub x equals negative 2 times 10 over 80. The result is the equal 0.25. Negative 0.25. This means the demand is inelastic. A 1% increase is the price reduced quantity by only 0.25%. Step 2 is cross elasticity from y to x. We using the formula and x y to qx py then py qx over sub x. From this q key, so the from is q key, from q sub x equal ac minus 2 p sub v plus sub y. So the q key ac minus 2p x plus py. The derivative with respect this here is 1. Now plug the values and x y 1 times 20 over 80 the result is equals 0.25. This and this means x and y are substitutes if the price of y increase. Demand of x has also increased. The next step is find how demand for y to respond to price change in x using the formula n yx the QY PX QY n sub equals n sub y equals the partial derivative of x sub y with respect to p sub x times p sub x over q sub y. For qy is 100 minus p sub y plus 0.5 with respect the derivative with respect to p is 0.5. We will calculate QY sama dengan 100 minus this is so 100 minus 20 plus 0.5, right, per 10. So the result is 80 plus 5. So the result is 80 plus 5. So now we will the explanation plug in n y x 0.5 times 10 over 85. So the result is approximately 0.0588. Then the explanation is x and y are still substitutes, but the effect is very small.
Thank you for your attention. Please good luck in our examination. See you next time. Bye.